Good morning, I'm Ted Kopp.
And I'm Hanna Mordoh in for Heidi Voigt. Thanks for joining us this Friday morning. Happy to be Friday. Let's get right over to meteorologist Bob Maxon for a check of your first alert forecast. And Bob, it is warm, but maybe a little wet.
Yeah, we'll see a couple of showers around today. Nothing huge is coming up. Hannah?
Thank you, Bob. Let's take a live look outside right now in Waterbury. Have a little bit of construction out there, but it's not slowing you down. If we take a look at our maps right now, it's between about exits 17 to 25, then also on Route 8 between exits 33 and 30. And then also if you're driving through New Britain along 84, a little bit of road work there. Looks like we have a local crash that may have popped up in Hartford, but nothing on our interstates. And if you're driving through New Haven, 91 and 95 look good.
Breaking overnight tragedy unfolding in New Zealand. Nearly 50 people killed and at least 20 people injured in a terror attack on a mosque.
Yeah, 4 suspects are in custody this morning. NBC Connecticut's Jennifer Joas is live in the studio as the world mourns this tragic attack on worshippers on this Muslim holy day. Jen?
Yeah, New Zealand under investigation at this point.
All right, Jen. So a lot of us wondering, is anything being done here in the U.S. as a response?
Yeah, just a little bit. So just as a precaution, police departments in New York City, San Francisco, and Los Angeles, they're all going to be making just extra passes and at mosques in the area and just assessing security. Again, this is just a precautionary measure in response to all of this happening.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Jennifer, thank you.
Stay with us, NBC Connecticut, as this tragedy continues to unfold. We'll have the updates on air, online, and on the NBC Connecticut app.
Time right now is 5:04. A family.
Well, legalizing marijuana is a hot topic right now under the Golden Dome this year. And now we're getting a first look at what the law could look like in our state. Lawmakers introduced their first draft of the legal cannabis bill yesterday, approaching the issue from 3 different sides: regulation, decriminalization, and monetization. At this point, the legalization doesn't project how much money the state could actually make. But with a proposed tax of roughly 20%, many supporters say it could do a lot for our state.
I think it's fine as long as it's regulated and taxed.
I think it'll just be a matter of time before it's legal everywhere, so let's do it.
Proposed legalization includes making weed legal for anyone 20 years old and up, and erasing criminal records for those who have previously convicted of possessing less than 1.5 ounces of marijuana. You'll be able to weigh in on this plan and this issue a week from today at a public hearing.
Happening today, students in more than...
Vernon police are warning of a fake fundraiser scam targeting Rockville High School. Investigators say several local businesses sent out checks to an out-of-state company thinking they were actually donating to Rockville Athletics, but the company wasn't hired by the school district, and the school hasn't seen a dime of those donations. Police say if you get a request like this, only make out checks to actual organizations and mail them to an official address.
Keeping our capital city clean could start with your cell phone camera.
Yeah, Hartford Mayor Luke Bronin is urging people who see large amounts of trash or dumping to actually take a picture and alert the city. On Tuesday night, Mayor Luke Bronin noticed 15 mattresses and 2 couches being tossed on a sidewalk on Broad Street. He told city staff, and hey, they took action.
I want everyone to understand that we will follow up. We don't just clean it up. We will go after the people who are dumping this waste illegally on our city.
Police say the building super paid 2 men to move things out of the building, and they cited him for illegal dumping. You can easily report issues yourself by uploading a photo on the city's 311 app.
Something you don't want to do in front of the mayor.
Yeah, definitely not.
5:07 right now. President Trump preparing for his first veto as the Senate follows the House in voting to block his national emergency declaration to fund the border wall. We'll break down the legal battle just beginning to heat up.
Plus, a reputed mob boss shot to death outside his home in Staten Island. New details on the investigation this morning as authorities work to determine who is responsible.
Coming up, a lot to talk about in your first. Mordoh is standing by.
Hey, thank you, Bob. Time now is 5:12. Taking a live look outside in Hartford, 84 east and westbound. A smooth sailing for your Friday commute this very early morning. Let's take a live look now at 91 in New Haven. Seeing the same thing there. No issues close to exit 6. If you take a look at our map statewide as a whole, still have a little bit of construction out there along 84 in Waterbury and New Britain, and then a local crash in Hartford, but really no major issues to report.
Not a bad start.
Not a bad start at all.
All right, 5:12 right now. Spring break quickly approaching for many kids and families.
Yeah, coming up, what gadgets your family should bring with you on vacation and how to protect them while traveling.
And with spring on the mind, baseball season's Good Friday morning. It's 5:15. Bipartisan blowback in the name of limiting presidential powers Thursday as a block of 12 Senate Republicans voted against their party and with Senate Democrats to shoot down President Donald Trump's national emergency declaration.
Yeah, but the fight isn't over yet. President Trump is vowing to use his first veto to uphold his plan to fund border security. This is all ratcheting up a power struggle over control of the government's purse strings. The Republicans who voted to terminate the national emergency say for them it's about reining in the presidential power and swinging the pendulum back toward Congress.
It's a question about the balance of power that is.
They have a plan to override the president's veto, but they likely don't have enough votes in the Senate.
A new contender joining the.
After 2 years of negotiations, lawmakers in the UK are delaying the country's departure from the European Union in a hope to avert a potentially chaotic withdrawal on the initially scheduled exit date, which was March 29th. The new deadline is now June 30th. MPs also rejected a proposal that would have allowed the country to hold a second referendum on Brexit.
Let's hope they get it figured out.
Yeah, I hope so.
Millions of Americans are heading out on spring break vacations. I might need a vacation.
Yeah, why not?
It's coming up in a few weeks. And of course, from the selfies to the entertainment while traveling, nobody's leaving their house without a smartphone.
Yeah, we all have them, but some smart devices might hold you up at the airport. NBC's Liz McLaughlin explains. What fun, and if you're dreaming of that warmer weather and warmer months, baseball season, you can get a little taste of it tomorrow at Dunkin' Donuts Park. Live look out there right now. It's the Yard Goats Fan Fest. The free event includes ballpark tours, arts and crafts, and visits from Chompers, Choo Choo, and of course Fancy Pants. You also can try your hand at the batting cages that the players actually use. Fan Fest is tomorrow from noon until 2. NBC Connecticut is proud to be the exclusive media partner of the Hartford Yard Goats. And Bob, I know you're getting geared up. Was it 2 years ago you threw out the first pitch?
Yeah, winter and early spring weather. Hannah, how's the roads?
Bob, we'll take ho-hum once in a while. The roads are pretty nice. Live look right now. This is along 84 near the Mixmaster in Waterbury. If you take a look at our maps and our drive times right now, average speeds if you're in New Haven, 91 trying to get to Hartford, a 35-minute drive. Taking 95 in either direction, you're looking good. Getting to New London in 43 minutes. And if you are in the capital city, look at that. Average speeds yet again. It's early in the morning. It's a Friday. It makes sense. You're getting to Waterbury in about 30 minutes on 84.
When you and Bob are bored, it's a good thing for everybody else.
I'm happy about it, especially on a Friday.
Yeah. Time right now is 5:22. New details on a Yukon Health data breach that could impact hundreds of thousands of people in our state. What we're learning this morning about what was exposed.
Plus, authorities searching for who is responsible this morning after a notorious reputed mobster was gunned down outside of his Staten Island home.
Good morning, it's 5:25. NBC Connecticut Investigates is tracking down new details in the data breach that could affect more than 326,000 people here in our state.
Yeah, Yukon Health confirms the hack took place back in August. The spokesperson says the health system immediately hired a forensic security firm to investigate. That firm came back to Yukon Health in December with a list of individuals whose personal information was compromised. For most people, that information includes birth dates, addresses, and billing information. In 1,500 cases, the patient's social security numbers were also exposed.
The amount of sensitive data.
Very happy.
A lot of data there. Coming up tonight at 11, consumer investigator Sandra Jones looks into how the hackers access the system and why experts say the biggest security risk to any business is its own employees.
A murder mystery continues at 7 right now. Next at 5:30, condolences pouring in New Zealand this morning.
After a terror attack on worshippers, Jennifer Jowis is following the breaking developments.